So, if you find yourself near McMinnville, Tennessee, what do? Cumberland Caverns. So I'm really excited being here today. So I watched a DVD done by singer-songwriter Buddy Davis, Amazing Adventures, Extreme Caving. And it piqued my interest, and I've been wanting to come to Cumberland Caverns ever since. So I'm glad I got the chance to come here today. And I am really enjoying it. Of course, I like caving, so if you know caving's not your thing, this might not be the spot for you. But I enjoy caves, lava tunnels, that kind of thing. They're just fun. The different features, getting to go down to the darkness, into the deep. So I'm having a great time, really enjoying it. So the main entrance to Cumberland Caverns was discovered by a man called Aaron Higginbotham in 1810 while he was surveying. Of course, that's kind of like the surveyors found a lot of the cool stuff around, and that makes sense, tromping through the wood doing their surveying and stumble across a cave opening. So the legend has it he was the first person to enter the cave and to explore it. Another smaller cave also located on the same mountain was also discovered about the same time and was named Henshaw Cavern. That cave had saltpeter in it, which is a main ingredient for gunpowder. So they actually think that possibly during the War of 1812 and the Civil War, that they might have used that to make gunpowder, which is kind of a neat fact. Just kind of neat thing that some of the caves have, so that's kind of neat history here. So in 1953, the connection was discovered between the Henshaw Caverns and the Higginbotham Caverns. And this connection was named the Mink Grinder because it is so small, the size and shape. So soon after that, the explorers who found that connection leased the cave from the owner and developed it into the commercial cave that we see kind of here today, and opened it to the public under the name Cumberland Caverns. We get to see some nice pillars over there. And it was opened on July 4th, 1956, and it's been open to the public ever since. So you get to see the neat features here, the different pillars, and I'm just really glad that it is open to the public and that we do get to tour it. And they offer year-round commercial tours to the cave. And so they've got some neat features here in Cumberland Caverns. And as we're walking by here, you get to see the volcano room, which kind of boasts some of the big events and things that they'll do here in the cave, which is pretty neat. It's kind of special because not only do they do the walking tours like I'm doing today, they also do tours overnight, and they do some spelunking tours, which are, you know, harder tours than just the walking through here. They do weddings and banquets, birthday parties in the volcano room. And they also do something pretty unique in this caverns. So they do concerts and live music, which is kind of special, you know, to be able to go to a concert in a cave. I mean, that's pretty neat. So I've kind of enjoyed learning some of the history on this cave. They've got beautiful features here. Gorgeous. They've got some of the so the cave, depending on what tour you get to go to, depending on what room, is quite massive. So Cumberland Caverns is the second longest cave in Tennessee and makes the list of the longest caverns in the United States and in the world, and boasts some of the largest underground rooms in America. So it's got a lot of things going for it. A neat cave to go to visit and to enjoy. So depending on what tour you get to see different things. Of course, it's got flowstone formations, it's got crystals and gypsum flowers, and of course, each cave, you know, is boasting its own unique things, and you know, just wants to show some different things and show off its features and things. So we'll talk about one of the unique things to Cumberland Caverns in just a little while. It's not a natural feature, it's man-made, but we'll just take a little while longer here. So I think it's pretty cool that they allow the night tours, and they've got some places that are more handicap accessible, which is neat, so everybody gets to enjoy it. So the tour that I am on takes you back. I know it's a decent tour here, and it is strenuous, and the air does feel very high in humidity. It's very, you know, you get your breathing, but it's very enjoyable. I'm having a great time getting to do the tour. So just beautiful. You have the smaller rooms, you get the smaller tunnels that open up to the big room. Here at the end of my tour, like when I get back into the big room, they cut the lights, kind of let you see how dark it might be, and to imagine how it might have been like when you were first exploring into the cave. So that's pretty cool. So in the 1928, a crystal chandelier feature, which originally hung in a theater in Brooklyn, New York, which is like 15 feet long, holds 150 lights, was hung 60 feet above the floor of the volcano room. So that chandelier is pretty unique to a cave. I mean, you're walking by and you think, wow, what, you know, a chandelier doesn't quite strike you as something that's just cave, but that is pretty cool. So that was quite the feat to get it up into the cave and to mount it. And you know, it's one of the unique features that the cave boasts. It's 1,500 pounds. So you know, that had to be quite the adventure to put that up in the cave and the excitement of things. So that's one of the cool things that just strikes you when you walk in there and see it. So the concert is pretty neat, like I said earlier, that they do the concerts there. And I don't know if there's any other caves actually that do like concerts. So that is kind of a unique thing that's done here. So I wouldn't mind catching one of those someday and seeing how that would sound down here. So I haven't been in a tremendous amount of caves. So Carlsbad Cavern out west, and that was a spectacular cave. And so I thought, you know, after I'd seen that one, I was like, this cave might highlight the top of the list. But I really enjoyed Cumberland Caverns. It's tucked back. You go up this little road and there you are, and you just get to walk right down inside the cave. It's really neat. Lots of fun. To anybody who thinks caving might be, if you've never been in a cave, I highly recommend to try it out. It's just really neat, a great experience. And if you're somebody who just loves caves, then, and this one you haven't been to before, definitely one to put on the list of checked off that you've done. Cool. I mean, just a really neat cave that I think might be a little bit underrated of a lot of the caves, you know, because some caves you get so much attention, and this one's just kind of stuck back here, but definitely a beautiful and an amazing cave. I mean, and it boasts being so many rooms and so much area in the mountain. And of course, I'm just taking the regular tour today. Here we're gonna get a good shot of that chandelier. Pretty neat. And the amazing thing is, so the person who got a hold of it was going up to try to put a pipe organ, because they wanted to put a pipe organ in the room for some of that events and things they were doing. And they come back not only with that pipe organ, but they also come back with this amazing chandelier. So that must have been an exciting trip from New York all the way down here to Tennessee. Anyway, really neat cave. If you like this video, subscribe, like, ring the bell, and I'll see you next time.